Nahihirapan ka ba mag-close ng clients or prospects pala and turn them into clients because marami silang objections? Well, if that's the case, then this is the video for you because first of all, you should not have any objections when you're going through a consultation. But kung meron man, because you skipped a step, which I'll get into in a bit, then I will share with you how I overcame objections from prospects and became one of the top selling coaches in the biggest fitness chain in Canada. Only for 1 month though, but the whole of Canada, the biggest chain, and that was like 10, 15 years ago. So let me introduce myself. My name is Jose Villabanca, the founder and CEO of Holy Fit, right here. I'm also an author. Okay, this is the book that I wrote pre-pandemic, FYI. So in other words, pre-AI. All right. So I wrote that down actually during the pandemic when things were very slow. Um, Holy Fit, kung hindi mo kalala, just look it up. But it's B2B. So we help decrease stress and increase productivity in the workplace through our health and wellness services. But my career, so I've been a personal trainer since 2007, and then in Canada, and then moved back to the Philippines 2017. And then, personal training, mga ganun, 2018, maybe a couple of years. And then my business slowly went B2B, right? So my clients were either C-suite executives, business owners, small business owners, something like that. Thus, sabi, oh, you should do this for my employees, you should do this for my company, pakilala tayo HR, whatever it is. And then, yun, went B2B, and I never looked back. Whew! Okay? This is unfiltered podcast, so I'm gonna share with you guys kung paano ko nagawa yun. So, una sa lahat, guys, you should not even have an objection when you're closing a client or a prospect. I keep saying that. So, a prospect na gusto mong maging kliyente, dapat wala na silang objection. Kasi during the consultation call, right, you're talking to them face to face or you're calling a lead, thus you ask them a question, right? You have to ask them a pre-qualifying question. So things like, pag-isipan mo lang siguro, what are their normal excuses, right, of prospects? I don't have time. I don't have money. Ano pa ba? I have to ask my spouse or partner or mom or dad if they're a minor, right? So this is, in other words, yung decision maker. And hanapin ko lang yung notes ko, ha? But essentially, those are the usual excuses that they have. So, ang tawag niyan ay pre-qualifying. Okay? So, are you pre-qualifying your leads? Ask yourself that right now. What are you doing to pre-qualify them? Okay? Is there a way? When do you pre-qualify? Okay? If you don't know these answers, you definitely need to book a consultation with me. Accepting a few clients, turuan ko kayo, and this is how I've done it. And grew my business. Now, gets ko naman yun. You can even join the team if hindi mo afford. Maybe that's why you're watching this video kasi you're new. You want to learn more. You want to see how you can gain more clients, di ba? So this is one way of doing it. So yeah, don't feel shy to reach out. I can help. You got to sell yourself. You join the team and learn how to do this as well. So yun, the reasons, first of all, pag-usapan natin to, the reasons why they have an objection, kung di sila bumibili sa'yo kagad, is 1, I don't trust you. 2, you haven't really shown me that I have a real problem. May problema sila. Hindi mo pinakita sa kanila yung problema nila, kung unfit sila, kung whatever it may be, right? Hindi nila kaya mag-isa, kung if they don't know enough about fitness, right? Those are the problems that you need to show them. Number 3, you haven't proven your ability that you can help me, okay? Figure out this problem. Number 4, you haven't removed the risk from me making a bad decision here. Me being the prospect, ha? So, yun yung pang-apat. Number 5, I'm not convinced yet. Tell me more. Bentahan mo pa ako, kumbaga. Or number 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Takot ako and di ako sigurado if I can do this. Right? Help me feel confident. I can reach my goals with your support. So yun, lack of self-confidence in other words. Okay? So those are the reasons why they don't hire you. Pero, they might not say that to you verbatim or whatever. They might not say the real reason. Baka sabihin lang, pag-isipan ko na lang. I'm sure you've heard that excuse before. Sige, pag-isipan ko muna ito. Napaba yung mga usual excuses. I'll have to ask my mom, my husband, my dad, my wife, my partner, right? Kasi we budget things and I can't just make a decision mag-isa. Okay? So these are called smoke screens. Right? Or, hindi ako sigurado. I don't know if kaya ko yung schedule na ito. Smoke screen, ibig sabihin, right there, may smoke screen. Para maguloan ka lang, flashbang, whatever. That's what it essentially means, right? They can't tell you the truth. Lalo na yung Pinoy culture, right? They cannot say it to your face. Parang nahiya sila, which I really hate. I prefer if people are blunt para hindi na manghula kung bakit sila. You know, they say, okay lang ako doon. Like, bro, ma'am, sir, okay lang sa akin. Just tell me the truth because it actually helps me become a better salesperson so I can sell the lifestyle to people who can actually afford this. Afford in terms of their time, money, mentality. Ganon. Right? So yun, I prefer, and I give people, prospects, to the permission na wag mahiya. Alright? Even if you have to say no, sabihin ko sa kanila yan, please let me know so that I can write this down, you know, I can self-critique myself as a salesperson. Kasi guys, no matter what you are in, ano negosyo mo, you have to sell, alright? You can market your services, but you also have to sell it. Kasi kahit na i-market mo yan and hindi mo siya ibenta, mahirap. Yes, people should buy from you, but at the same time, you should sell the dream. Okay? Not hard selling. Obviously, you have to make sure na qualified sila and you are qualified for them. Don't sell just for the sake of selling. Sell only if you know you can help them. Right? Long-term dapat ang tingin natin, hindi short-term. Okay? So, let's talk about it right now. So now you heard the real reasons, but essentially they boil down to 4 excuses. Okay? But let me backtrack. Sabi ko kanina, pre-qualify them. They should not have any objections before that. So, kasi yung unang objection is, I don't have the money, right? Budget yung unang issue, right? So when you're even calling them or you see them at the gym, right? And then say, I'm thinking about getting personal training from you. Sabihin mo, okay, personal training costs about 1,000 pesos an hour. And I require a 3-month commitment because it's a lifestyle change. Ganito, ganon. Is this something that you can do? Is this something in your budget? Right? Yun yung pre-qualifying. And yes, guys, it's okay to ask. Huwag kang mahiya kasi you don't want to waste their time. Kung price, you can never overcome that. Okay? Kung wala silang pera, wala silang pera. Ganun lang talaga. Budget, though, is a different thing. We can talk about that in a bit. So yun, there's nothing wrong asking that. You don't want to waste their time. You don't want to waste your time. So ask them, is this in your budget? Kung hindi, totally understandable, so there's no point in doing consultation. Pero you should definitely read this book. That's when I give them my book, or ebook pa yun dati. Start with this and then see from there. Although, I did say money or budget, sometimes people actually have the money, okay? Pero, will they put a budget to it, okay? Are they willing to budget some of their income into personal training? Okay, so I've had rich clients na they drive a nice car, bagong bili yung rims nila or whatever, suspension or paint job, whatever it is, right? Or they even have a speedboat, right? Pero they won't buy personal training. May clients din naman ako na prospects yun na. Pero ito naman, may clients naman ako, they commute, right? They take the bus to work. They don't own a car. They don't own a home, right? They're renting. Pero they pay for personal training. So budget is a different issue. Now, some people will be very uncomfortable. Even I was no start. Kunwari, they say yes, they have a budget, or yes, this is something they can afford. Tapos you're at the end of the consultation. Tapos you go through the budget with them, right? It's like, oh, so you're spending $300. Sorry, sabihin natin pesos na. You know, 3,000 pesos a month on buying a new phone, right? Your phone bill, alak. You spend 20,000 pesos a month on alak. Or, you know, 10,000 a month on a trip, you know, a vacation, whatever. Or, sabihin na natin, sige, things that that actually make it worse for your fitness goals. So, alak, pagkain na unhealthy, right? Distractions instead of exercising. So, I don't know, hobbies, gaming or whatever, right? You can allocate that budget, sir, ma'am, towards personal training, towards healthier food. Are you okay with that? So, in other words, guys, I would actually go through my client's budget, right? And dapat you should during the consultation because you show them this is why you don't have a budget. This is why you're not losing weight because you're spending so much money on alcohol. In fact, alcohol makes it impossible for you to burn fat. Mga ganon, or eating unhealthy or staying up late. That's why, right? Because I always tell my clients this: show me your schedule or show me your spending, right? So time and money essentially are resources, right? So in other words, what I'm saying is show me resources where you spend your resources, and I will show you your priorities. So if they're spending 8 hours a day gambling, another 8 hours of working, and then another 4 hours of sleep, and the other 4 hours of, I don't know, chores. Obviously, they're spending a lot of time gambling, right? Dapat lagay natin yan sa fitness. Get the natural high. Feel better. Not the gambling dopamine hit. Whatever. If they're spending money din sa gambling, they're losing all their money there, then obviously, time and money is there. Switch gambling to gaming or partying, whatever it may be, right? They're spending their time and money on the wrong things. And that's why you should be at the gym. You should meal prep. You should rest. Mga ganun. All right, so I would actually go through their calendar and go through their credit card statement or debit card statement with them. Yes, it sounds very uncomfortable, but that's something you have to do. Okay, showing them that that's where your time and money goes, and they have to understand that. Okay, if they're uncomfortable showing it, syempre hindi mo pipilitin, right? But that is one big thing that you need to do as a coach. Show them the light. Show them where they're spending their money. Show them this. That's why. Because they won't make any changes if they don't know this, right? So that's your job. Okay. Second excuse is, I don't have time. I don't have the money. I'm not sure. Wait lang, wala dito sa notes ko. So it's on my iPad. Okay, the first one is price. It's too expensive. It's too expensive compared to what? All right, kanina I don't have the money. Parehas lang yun. Price is the issue here. I would always say that it's too expensive compared to what? Compared to getting sick? Compared to, I don't know, CrossFit? Or High Rocks, whatever, right? Compared to what? Compared to what? Kasi syempre, they're comparing it to something. So yun, parang, then you figure it out. Right? They'll tell you. Right? But to me, compared to, a hospital bill or medicine, like maintenance medicine or getting sick or opportunity cost. In other words, hindi ka makakapasok kasi may sakit ka or losing a job because you're unhealthy, right? You feel sluggish and you can't get a raise. So I truly believe you'll pay for it. One way or another, karma is real. Okay, you can either pay for it with health. You spend your time and money on health, so you stay away from illness, or you avoid health and wellness, but you end up paying for it in the hospital or lining up waiting for the doctor, right? Pa-check-up, all these things. So you still pay regardless. Okay, second excuse, non-committal. Pag-isipan ko to. Yun, that's the number one thing Pinoy says. What do you have to think about? How long have you been thinking? Well, sorry guys. When you overcome these objections, nasa consultation mo dapat yung mga answers na yun. You're asking them these things. How long have you been thinking about it? How long have you been working out? What have you been spending your money on, your time on, right? Sinabi ko na kanina, show me your schedule. So some people say, I don't have time to exercise. I don't have the money to exercise. So I look at their calendar. I look at how they spend their money, right? I don't have to know their income, right? But at least show me where you're spending your money. You don't have to tell me everything. And if they really want to lose weight, they'll be honest with you, right? If they want to get healthy, they will tell you their truth, okay? So yun, pag-isipan ko to, I always ask them, what do you have to think about? How long have you been thinking about this? I'm sure you thought about doing this for a while, even before approaching me about a consultation. What else have you done besides trying, looking into personal training? You've done this before, you haven't lost the weight, ganito, ganon, okay? So that's the second excuse, which is I'll think about it. Non-committal. Another non-committal excuse is I have to talk to my husband or my wife or my spouse or my parents, other decision maker. So how do you overcome that? It's number 3. During the consultation pa lang, tinatanong mo na, okay, are there any other decision makers in your family? So, kunwari, price, alam na ng price. Okay, so personal training with me is about 1,000 pesos or 2,000 pesos and 3 months. So, that's a minimum amount of whatever, 100K. Okay lang sa inyo yan? Yes, kaya ko yan. Great. Are there any other decision makers? Right? Usually for adults to. Like, do you have a partner? Kasi usually when you're married, you always have to ask your partner. Right? Always have to. So sabi, oh yeah, okay, perfect. Bring your wife. Kasi if they don't bring their wife, their husband, their parents, whatever, and then they explain, right? Great. Your prospect wants to buy from you na. Oh, say I'm ready to buy, pero I have to ask my wife. Oh, right? Now he has to explain to his wife about personal training and my training method. So he's essentially becoming my spokesperson. Unfortunately, it's not the best. He won't be the best spokesperson. So that's why you always want the other decision maker to be in the room with you so that they hear it from the horse's mouth, kumbaga. Wala nang translation, wala nang interpretation ng spouse or ng tao to the spouse. Okay? So that is how you overcome it. And you have to get them to buy in, both parties. Okay? The husband and the wife, the partner, whatever, if they're in same-sex marriage, right? You know what I mean? And maybe the last common objection is choosing a lower package, which is fine, right? Pero, all right, I'll just do 1 month. But 1 month lang, you're not going to achieve your goals in 1 month. So obviously, you know that because on average, you're supposed to do is, a kilo a week, and ito ganon, if you follow the exercise program, if you go on a caloric deficit, if you get enough rest in between. So obviously, you have to do a fitness assessment during the consultation. If you're not doing that, then you're not selling with integrity. Okay? So if they want to buy a lower package, first of all, you should sell the goal. And how do you sell the goal? Because think of yourself as a biomechanic. Think of yourself like a doctor, right? The doctor will try to get you to healthy, to the goal. Right? They won't get you halfway there. They'll give you all the medications that you need, all the lifestyle tips that they think you need. Ganun ka rin dapat. Try to take them to their goal because they've maybe tried it on their own. They can't do it. That's why they're talking to you right now. Want to work with a fitness professional. So get them to their goal. If ayaw talaga nila and budget's an issue, then fine. You can get them to a smaller package. But remember, you can't do that if you don't do a quality assessment. So body fat assessment, fitness assessment, body fat, assessment, girth measurements, asking about their past history. What did they do before? What other methods have they tried? Ganito, ganun. Other previous or ano ba yun? Pre-existing conditions, mga ganun. Okay? So yun, that's essentially it. You don't, pet peeve ko talaga yun, and when I learned this, it's so true. You don't want them to buy sessions from you. You don't want them to buy based on their budget. You want them to buy based on their goals. Okay? Don't tell them 30 sessions or 100 sessions. Ang pakinggan. I'll get you towards 10 pounds of fat loss. Ganun. Okay? And ayun, if you can't overcome those 4 objections, it could mean a few things. You didn't try enough. So, diba, one of the first few things I said earlier was they're not confident that you can take them to their goals. All right? So, do you have enough testimonials? Especially for people that they can relate to, parang kagaya sa kanila. They help a new mom that just gave birth, that's going back to the workforce, like me. Okay, ito yung mga testimonials niya. Great, I believe Jose can do this. Right? Or you haven't built enough rapport. They haven't seen you, you're a new coach, or they see that you're parang medyo low energy when you're training other clients, so they don't trust that you can do it. Right? So, it's not just the assessment or the consultation itself, it's them checking you out for weeks or months even, checking out your content, checking out how you work with your clients. So marami talaga yan. But maybe let's save that for another video. So that's it for now, guys. I hope you like this video. If you want to learn more, definitely reach out. If you can afford working with me, maybe we can work together somehow, be part of the team. Hey, you get paid instead of you paying me, diba? So yun, if you want to work together somehow, let me know. Don't be limited by your thinking. So just reach out, guys. I want to help more people like you. And let me know what other topics you'd like me to talk about in this YouTube channel. Thanks for watching for now, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, etc., etc., etc. It will definitely help. Engagement will help. It will help the algorithm, not just for me, but also for you. The more you like these kind of contents, the more wherever you're watching this, AI will push more content like these for you. Bye for now.